Hello, and tonight I'm going to show you how to create a customized lower third the easy way, not the complicated way that I've seen online and had to finally figure out for myself how to do it. If you don't know what a lower third is, right here, this image right here with my name and an avatar, that is what a lower third is. How do I get to lower third? Let's take a look at that real quick. All right, so my screen looks crazy, but I go over here to the side, I click on Hangout Toolbox, and I need to click on the little person up here at the top. We have, looks like a little person, little speaker, a little smiley face, a chat box, a question mark, and the settings. I'm going to click on this first one to be able to get to the lower third. And to have a custom upload, I can turn that on or off. So how do I get to that custom upload? How do I have that? Well, good question. Let's go out and see how we can do this without using Photoshop and without having to be technical Photoshop geniuses, because that I am not. So I discovered that, and let's go back here, that if we go to Pixlr and we go to Pixlr Editor, I'm going to launch the web app. I'm going to create a new image, and the size that I need, I went out online and found it at 640 by 360. 640 by 360. Oh, it'd help if I could get to the right thing. All right, 640 by 360, and we want to make sure it's transparent, otherwise it won't work. And we're just going to say test. Well, let's say sample lower third. Sample lower third. All right, so we have our right dimensions in here. We have transparent. We don't want that. Okay, so as long as we have this in there, that should be good. So now we have the size. This is the size of your entire screen when you are in a Google Hangout. So when you're going to do your name or for the lower third, you want to make sure everything you put is all the way down here at the bottom. So the first thing we need to do is come up here to layer, and we want to put in a new layer. So I'm going to stick in a brand new layer. And now on this layer, I'm going to come over and I'm just going to put in a shape. So right here's the shapes. And I want a square, because what I'm going to do is put a place to put my name here. And so I'm going very, very far down to the bottom with this. And I can change the color to any color that I'd like for it to be. Oops, that might help. To come up here, change the color that way. And let's see, why is it being rude to me? Let's come in here, we'll just do this. Okay, there we go. All right, and so now, silly thing, now I should be able to click on that. Okay, so it changed the color on me. There we go. Like I said, somewhat easy. All right, so now that we have our color down here, we can come in and add a new layer. And I might want to now open an image as a new layer. So I can come in here to my files and find an image that I might want to use. Like maybe I want to use this image. Well, that image is just not going to work because it's too darn big, right? So I want to undo adding that layer. But let's say that is the image I want to use. Well, I'm just going to run over here to PicMonkey, and I'm going to edit this. I'm going to edit that picture right there, because that's the one I want. Let's say I want this one actually. So I need to make it kind of tiny, because I don't want it very big. I don't want it to hog up my screen when I'm trying to present, because I want people to see my face on a Hangout and not just that picture. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this. So I made it really tiny. If you noticed, I made it 200 by 50. So let's see if that's going to be a better, okay, if that's going to be a better size for us. So again, layer, open image as a layer. Come in and I'm going to grab that, and I grabbed the wrong one, so it's no problem. We can always go in and grab a different one. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to go back up and grab this, and I'm going to bring it down here. Now I might be saying, oh, that color doesn't look so good. I'd rather have a color closer to what I'm using, so maybe I want that color instead. Let's see if it's going to let me change. Oh, uh-oh. Let's undo that. I didn't want that whole thing. All right, so it's not going to let me do it. Why? Because I'm not on the right layer. There we go. So I do have to go back to that layer because it was only reading that top layer. And so I can do that until I find, the color that I want. Maybe I decide that I don't really like that color. I'd rather have that color for the layer. That's much better. All right, I can also come in here and I can add some text. So this is where I can then put in my Twitter name if I would like to, or I can put in what organization I'm representing, etc., etc. And I might want that to be a contrast color so that we can actually see it. And if I want, I can change the style, the font, size, whether it's regular or bold, and so forth. But I'm going to just be okay with this for right now. So I have in place now the logo that I want. I have in my Twitter name. I have a background color. Everything is transparent in the background. Now here's the part that threw me, is the saving part. So when I come in and I get ready to save this, it says sample lower third. Okay, JPEG. We got to stop right there. That's what messed me up. You don't ever want to do JPEG or you won't be able to see yourself. You want to use the PNG, which will keep it transparent for you. And then you can click on OK, and we're going to save that now as a sample lower third PNG. So now that I've done that, I can come back into my Hangout. I'm going to turn off the custom upload for right now. I'm going to click on that red button that says custom upload. And I'm going to go find that file. So right here it says sample lower third PNG. I'm going to click on that, choose it, and now I'm going to turn it on, and let's see if it worked. Ta-da! There it is. So now we have that. So just very simple, very easy. I'm going to walk through it one more time with you just in case you need to see that one more time. So we'll come back. I'll just totally get out of this. You go to Pixlr. I'm going to launch the Pixlr editor, create a new image. Important thing, 640 by 360. And make sure you say transparent. Okay. Then we'll come in and I want to grab a shape, and this is only if you want to do this. You don't have to, but I find it's good to have that little background color there in order to, I'm going to change the color first so I don't go through that crazy stuff we went through the first time. And so I'm just going to grab the color I think I want it to be, fill that in. Now I'm going to add a new layer with opening up an image. I'm going to come in and grab my image. Now I'm going to do this on purpose. All right. Oh goodness, my image is way too big, remember? So if our image is way too big, where do we go? We go right over to PicMonkey. We go find that image that we want. So there's our larger image. And then we're going to make it small. because we only need it to take up a tiny bit of space. And remember, our whole entire space is only 640 by 360. So I'm going to say I want it that small, and I'm going to apply that. And then I'm going to save. And I'm going to name this one this time Sample. I'm going to save that to my computer. Now I can come back over here, and now I can add a new layer, Open Image as Layer. And this is where I'm going to come back and get that sample. So now once I have this, I need to make sure I bring it down so it's not right on top of my face during the Hangout. And can we add text here? All right, and this is where I can add my Twitter name or whatever else I want it to say. And I should probably have it in some type of contrasting color so that it can actually be seen. And then I'm going to move this right where I want it. Say OK. Here's the most important part when you go to save it. We're just going to name it Sample. Do not press save yet. You must change it from JPEG to PNG. Say OK. It's going to be saved as Sample PNG. And when I come back over to my Hangout, I'm going to turn off the old sample layer I had, click on that red button, and go in and grab my Sample PNG. Now I will turn it on, get out of that screen, and come back to all of you. And there's another one that I made just that fast. So really simple and easy to make, and I don't know why I haven't been able to find instructions before now to show me how to do this. I kind of piecemealed together from different websites and what they were saying to do with Photoshop. I wasn't about to buy Photoshop or get into that much technical issues with photos. I knew there had to be an easier way. And so this is what I have discovered. So I hope this helps some of you to create your own customized lower third.